What is the most expensive car from every car company? Well, today we're gonna find out. We're looking at over 100 different car manufacturers ranked based on their most expensive MSRP. Starting with, no surprise, Yugo, which was actually marketed as the cheapest car in America, which is where I'm from, also known as rock and roll England. The base model was only $3,990. All right, so my math whizzes out there know that's less than $4,000. But the convertible version, yes, they made a drop top. The 1988 Yugo Cabrio was more than double the price with less than half the roof at $8,990. Next most expensive car on the list, again, no surprise, Geo. Geos were basically just Suzukis and Isuzus rebadged as Chevys. The most expensive Geo ever sold was the 1997 Tracker LSI four-wheel drive at $15,320. And that is the last sub $20,000 car on the list. So bust out your coin purse, Grandma, because things are about to get a little bit more pricey.
Thanks to Amaze for sponsoring today's video.
I know what you're thinking. What is a jock with 100% authentic bulging muscles doing with Jerry going through a goth phase?
It's not a phase, Nolan. Oh my God.
There's jocks and there's goths, and rarely do they mix. Well, now they do, because Amaze is giving you the chance to win the ultimate 80s muscle car, the 1987 Buick Grand National GNX.
Decked out in all black, my second favorite color after misunderstood gray. Plus, its simply sinister all-black exterior houses a turbo 3.8-liter V6 engine sitting on 16-inch cross-weave wheels.
It's the strength of a muscle car
with the dark, brooding charisma of your favorite supervillain. Hey Nolan, you want to listen to some death metal and scribble in notebooks about our favorite spiked collars?
I'm cool, goth Jerry.
Oh, I feel the pain.
Best of all, every donation supports the ACLU, a nonprofit that fights to defend the rights the Constitution guarantees to all of us. Now that's strength. What are you doing there, goth Jerry?
Bicep curls. This GNX has inspired me. I can be brooding and strong.
So, for your chance to win this 1987 Buick Grand National GNX, taxes and shipping included, go to amaze.com/donutmedia. Oh yeah, make sure you're focused, like you're pinching that muscle. Like you're pinching the bicep, not necessarily a pull. Feel that pinch.
The next most expensive car on the list costs a whopping $122,000 Romanian dollars. I'm talking about the 2022 Dacia Duster Extreme SE, which is actually about $25,000 in American monies. Trucan Peste Bayat. Oh, hold on. Oh, hello, Mr. President. Of Romania? Yes, I did pronounce that perfectly, didn't I? I'm proud of you too. Unless you did something bad. Don't know much about world politics. Next up is Scion, and the most expensive Scion ever was the 2016 FRS Release Series 2.0. This was one of the last cars badged as a Scion. They only made 1,000 of them, and they cost a whopping 30,305 bones. Listen, I know that you didn't click this video to learn about Scions, all right? You clicked on it for your favorite car company, Daihatsu. The Atlas G E4 is the most expensive Daihatsu model they make at $30,800. Next most expensive car on the list is the yacht with the 500X Yacht Club Capri. And with a name like Yacht Club, you know it's gonna be nice. You ever been to one of those things? They just give you shrimp. The only thing you'll be swimming in with this yacht club is debt, because it costs $34,100, which is way less than a yacht. Up next, we go all the way to space with 2010 Saturn Outlook XE Preferred all-wheel drive. Preferred, $35,525. Next car company, Tata, yeah. The Safari XEA Plus Gold comes in at a whopping $37,131. All right, so Pontiac saw what Tata was doing and decided to gouge them out of the freaking water. So they released the 2009 G8 GXP. A lot of numbers and letters. The GXP cost $39,995, which is so much less than $40,000. Not. Now we're gonna go to India with the Mahindra Alturas G4, coming in at 3.4 million rupees, which works out to $42,591. Plymouth is up next. No, not The Rock, the car company, with the 2000 Plymouth Prowler. Shout out to my Uncle Chip Foose for designing this one. Shout out to my little brother Yuri for driving one. New, these bad boys went for $43,000, an absolute bargain if you ask me. Then there's Plymouth's fiercest and oldest rival, Daewoo. They decided to one-up Plymouth with the Veritas, also known as the Veritas, 44,600 bones. Next up, we got Mini. Not so mini, huh? They're big. With the 2021 John Cooper Works GP, it costs $45,000, $750. Isuzu is next with the 2022 MU-X LS-T, $46,195. Mazda CX-9 Signature, $47,560, the exact same price I charge for my Signature. You see this kid right here? He paid me that, and I signed his shirt at the Donut Merch Fan. And listen, I like making shirts. Get off my back, but get on your back a nice donut shirt. The next one on the list before we get to 50,000 big ones is the Seat Cupra Attacked V, capital V, capital Z, lowercase x, launch edition, $49,000, $330. 1/5 through the list. Can I get a graphic? Right there. So in the $50,000 range, you've got the Abarth 695 Tributo Ferrari. Then we've got Saab with the 2011 95 Aero XWD. That means extremely well driving. 2022 Citroen E-Space Tourer M Flare. Suzuki Across. No, Suzuki's not just a microwave company anymore. Now they make cars too. And the last car in the 50s is the Chrysler. Oh, the pinnacle of luxury and performance. The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid Pinnacle. In the $60,000 range, we got the Hyundai Nexo Limited, a car that only sold in California, and it's $64,000. Where's my Subi heads at? Justin! He's probably at the dealership buying the most expensive Subaru ever, the WRX STI S209, which comes in at $64,880, and Subaru only made 209 of them. 3, 2, 1, plume! All right, next we've got the Kia K900 VIP. Very swank, followed by the Peugeot 508 PSE, not so swank, just in case your taste is a little bit more François. Then we've got Fisker. Fisker! Most expensive model is the Ocean Extreme. Right behind Fisker is the Skoda Enyaq Coupe IV VRS, $70,381. Who named that? A graphing calculator? I'd like to take this moment to point out that $70,000 is a lot of money for anything, including a car. But somehow, we're only a third of the way through the list. And there's still a lot of car companies that we haven't mentioned yet. Like, I don't know, surprisingly, Smart Car. What? The most expensive smart car ever is the 4.2 EQ Cabrio Brabus Ultimate E Shadow Edition at $73,000, $870. That car sounds like a freaking mobile game. Next is Alpine with the A110S at $82,000. Guys, I don't know if you've been paying attention, we just jumped like 10 grand. GMC, their most expensive model is the Sierra Denali Ultimate. You can haul so much gabagool in this thing. It costs $82,295. Gabagool, get it? It was Tony Soprano's car. And now the most winningest car company in all of racing. Fun fact, is not only the winningest car in all of racing, it's considered a luxury car in China. They love Buicks in China, and the most expensive model is the GL8 Adenna. at $83,000. Now we reached Mitsubishi. No, not the microwave company. They also make cars now too, but not much longer probably. Lancer Evo X FQ440 MR. Then you've got the Infiniti QX80 Sensory. And that brings us to DeLorean. Good old DeLorean. But this DeLorean isn't your grandma's DeLorean. Your grandma has a DeLorean? Wow. This isn't her DeLorean, unless it is, which in case, double wow. This thing is 24 karat gold plated. Cost $85,000 in the early 80s and was sold as a promotional campaign for American Express, the credit card company. I'm pretty sure if you adjusted that for inflation, it would be like $3 million. I didn't Google it. Vauxhall is the next on the list with the VXR8 GTSR, VXR8 GTSR, VXR8 GTSR. Renault Megane RS Trophy R, $88,840. We've got Rivian R1T Max Quad Motor, $90,315. Okay, I'll tell him. It's the first 12-cylinder car on the list. Volkswagen Phaeton W12, $96,100. And the very last car in the five-figure territory is the Genesis G90E Supercharged at $99,795. And guys, here we are. We've made it to $100,000. And we still have a lot of ground to cover. Can I get a graph? So hitch up your pigs to the wagon and let's get a moving. First on the 100 Dotties list is Ram, the TRX Sandblast Edition. This bad boy costs $100,000. And based on the name, I assume it doesn't even have any paint on it. KTM is next with their crossbars. I like to call it the X-Bow Comp R. Then comes Volvo with the XC90 T8 Excellence package. If Volvo isn't your style, maybe you'd like a new Jeep. And no, the most expensive Jeep is not the Trackhawk. Idiot! This is the Grand Wagoneer, coming in at $109,995. Then we got Hummer. The all-electric EV Edition 1 has an MSRP of $110 grand, but good luck. They go for like $250,000 on Bring a Trailer. Cause I don't know, the world's still broken. Lincoln's most expensive car is the Continental Coach Door Edition. I guess if you like doors. Then we've got the Holden HSV GTSR W1, it's $120,500. Holden's American cousin, AKA Holden's American daddy. But Chevy's most expensive car ever is the 2019 C7 Corvette ZR1, $124,095 bones. Then we've got the Caterham Super 7 RST V8 Levante at $135 grand, followed by the Ultima Evolution Coupe at $143,560. Alpina sells a car called the Alpina B7 X-Drive. How much does it cost? $144,195. Perfectly reasonable. Next, DeLorean Motor Company, which is not the same as regular DeLorean. Their new Alpha 5 is going to cost $145,000. I'm holding out for the Sigma 6. Speaking of Alpha Energy, next up is Dodge. Now you're probably wondering what the most expensive Dodge ever is. Surprisingly, it's not the Omni or the Caliber. The Viper GTSR Final Edition ACR SPV DVD SPG. It's $145,340. Cracking 150 grand is the 2002 NSX-R. Tesla Model S P100D Plaid is $152,490, and that's not even counting if you want self-driving, which is another $12,000. Karma, not to be confused with Fisker, makes the Revero GT Sport $154,600. Then you got Polestar, which makes the Polestar 1 Special Edition. Cool, 160 grand, right on the nuts. Next on the list is another NSX, but this time it's an Acura, the 2015 2022 Acura NSX Type S costs $171,495. Coming in slightly more expensive than the NSX is the Toyota Century. Cool, $180,000 Japanese Rolls Royce. Now, have you ever said to yourself, hey, I like BMW M5s, but I wish I looked more like a Looney Tunes bad guy when I drive it into a fake tunnel? Well, guess what, my friend? You're in luck. The Weissman GT MF5, which stands for mother 5, gives you all the performance of the M5 in retro roadster packaging, and it only costs 190,000 bucks. Sign me up for 2. I'll get my son one, and we'll drive to the pool in them. If you want less car for more money, you might want to check out Ariel's most expensive car, the Ariel Atom 500 V8, which costs $192,700. If you like BMWs and don't want to look like a Looney Tunes bad guy for some reason, maybe because you're boring, I'd recommend the M760i Final V12, $200,000, right on the guts. And Audi looked at BMW and they were all like, 9. We will outdo BMW. And they released the R8 Spider Quattro, $213.5 grand. BAC Mono R, 240 right on the nuts. Sometimes you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, hey, I kind of have a goofy last name. Maybe I shouldn't name the Donkervort D8 GTO individual after myself. Looking at you, Jort Donkervort. Lucid Air Sapphire. That's a sick name for a car. Sounds like a really light piece of jewelry. It has a sub 2 second 0 to 60 and a price tag of $249,000. Morgan SP1, again, why are you gonna name a car after a dork? $250,000. $250,000! How insane do you have to be to buy a car for more than 250 grand? No time to think about it, let's keep going. Noble M600. 257 grand. TVR, it stands for Trev Car. I'm not kidding. The Trev Car Kerbera Speed 12 costs 285 grand. The first car on the list named after a flavor of Mountain Dew so far is the 2022 Shelby Mustang GT500 Code Red, $289,995. Alfa Romeo 8C, $301,600. Resvani Mr. Beast Alpha X Blackbird,
$325,000.
it has a Cosworth inline 4 that makes 700 horsepower. Land Rover Range Rover SV Camel Edition. After the cigarettes? Oh my God. $345,000. And somehow, the next car is over $100,000 more expensive. The Lexus LFA Nürburgring Edition retailed for $465,000. What's more luxurious than a Lexus? Try a Ford. 2022 GT is worth $500,000 and you need to go through an interview just to get on a special waiting list for it. But $500,000 ain't nothing. You know what is more than that? $1 billion. This car doesn't cost that. My man Warren Mosler released a car called the Raptor GTR and it cost 700 grand. Next up is a car company from the Netherlands. I'm talking about Spyker with the Y. Why? Because we don't know. Their most expensive car is the C12 Zagato. 12-cylinder beast, costs 740 grand. Next, Brabus Crawler, a stripped-down off-road G-Wagon that costs $890,000. Then you got Roof in the CTR Anniversary, which pays homage to the original Yellowbird and costs $894,000. Porsche has the 911 GT1 Strassen version, which went for an insane $912,000 when it was new in 1998. And the last sub-$1 million car on this list is a Jaguar. The XJR 15 cost $960,165 when it came out. Okay, that's it. Poor people, goodbye. Because now it's time for the big boys to play. Who's gonna be the first car company to break $1 million? Oh, maybe a little company called frickin' Celine. And yes, it's Celine, not saline. I'm not talking about frickin' salt water here. I'm talking about insane cars, okay? 2017 S7 LM is a 1,500 horsepower, 2.2 second 0 to 60 monster that costs $1 million. The But you know what's even more expensive? A Nissan. No, I'm not talking about the Ultima SR. It's actually a 2020 GTR 50, 1.1 million bucks. And it still looks like crap. Next up is the De Tomaso P72 because they're only making 72. It's got a Ford Coyote V8 in it. It only costs $1,250,000. Next is the second car to be named after Mr. Beast. It's made by Cadillac and it's simply called the Beast. It's the official limo for the President of the United States, which is where I'm from, AKA Fun England. And it costs $1.5 million. Every time a Beast gets retired, the Secret Service gets to use the old one for target practice. Tying the Beast is Maserati's MC12, Zenvo TSR S, $1.8 million, 2022 Bentley Bacalar, named after a pastry, $1.9 million. Shelby Supercar, or SSC, which is not the same as regular Shelby. They have a car called the Tuatara. I don't know, and it costs 1.9 million bucks. The first car to break $2 million is the Rimac Nevera, named Nevera because I'm never gonna be able to afford one. It's $2.1 million. Pininfarina Battista, which I've done a video on. I did like 5 years ago, 2.2 million bucks. Lotus Evija, named after Evija Wood. Frodo Baggins, 2.3 million bucks. And now, it's time for a Ferrari. Their F60 America was made to celebrate the 60th anniversary of them selling cars. It cost $2.5 million when it came out in 2014. All right, to kick off the top 10 countdown, we got probably maybe my favorite car company right now. Surprise, guys. Mercedes. I like them because they make dump trucks and they make supercars. 2023 AMG 1 is not either. It's a hypercar. It's literally derived from an F1 car. It costs $2.8 million. Number 9 is the Gordon Murray T.50. Now this is the dude, if you're not familiar with Mr. Murray, Bill's brother. All right, Gordon designed the McLaren F1. It has a Cosworth V12. And it costs 3 million bones. You know what else costs 3 million bones? Hennessy's Venom F5 Roadster. Number 8, we got McLaren. The P1 LM is a road legal Le Mans car that will cost you $3.7 million. I bet the majority of people that bought these will not drive them on the road. I would daily drive it, and I would never wash it. Just covered in bird poop. Number 7, 2022 Aston Martin Valkyrie Spider, coming in at 4 million bucks. Number 6, Lamborghini Machine Veneno Roadster, $4.5 million. Guys, we are getting close to cars that cost as much as Drake's house. Then we've got good old Koenigsegg. Their most expensive model is the 2017 CCXR Trevita. It does 254 miles per hour, and it's not even their fastest car, but it is their most expensive car. It costs $4.8 million. Now we got the 2005 Maybach Excelero, $8 million. We're in Drake's house territory, guys. And there's still 3 more cars that are more expensive. Bugatti, all right? You ever heard of them? Yeah, they make couches too, check this out. As if the regular Chiron Chiron wasn't enough, they made a one-off version called the Le Voiture Noire, which translates to the black car. It costs 4 times more than a Chiron Chiron, $13.4 million. But that's not even close to the 2018 Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta. It has a 7.3 liter V12, makes 789 horsepower. It costs a legitimately cuckoo bananas $17.5 million. Finally, we've made it to the most expensive car made by a car company. Now let me tell you, it's a doozy. I'll call you back. And no, I'm not talking about Duesenberg. Sorry, Jay Leno, my best friend. I'm actually talking about Rolls-Royce. Now, it's no surprise that Rolls-Royce is on the top of the list. And the Rolls-Royce that I'm talking about specifically is the 2022 Rolls-Royce Boat Tail. Now, they're making exactly 3 of these bespoke land yachts. Bespoke is what rich people call custom. One of them has custom-made watches and pens, in case you needed a reason. What does it cost? A completely reasonable and very normal $30 million. Thanks for watching this video and everything else on Donut Media. I know we're trying out a lot of new stuff. I know some of you guys don't like all of it. Just want to let you know. We're listening to you. We're hearing you. We're going to give you the kind of stuff that you want to make. You want to see the fastest car from every company? Check out this video. Hit that subscribe button. Haven't heard this in a while. I love you.